Hello, Gus and Grumbles. It's great to see you today. I heard that you have some questions that you wanted to ask, so I thought we would take some time to try to talk about that. Grumbles, you are sideways on the screen, so can you turn yourself so you're right side up?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Let me see what I can do. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Is that better?
That's perfect.
All
Great,
right.
Grumbles. It's great to see you.
Yes.
So, Gus, I heard that you want to ask the first question, so we're going to let you go first. Gus, you are going to have to turn your microphone on. See if you can find the button that says microphone. I can't hear you.
You can do it, Gus. You can do it.
Can you hear me now?
That's it, Gus. We can hear you loud and clear.
Well, my first question is, where is everybody?
Yeah. At first, we thought that maybe it was a snow day. Oh, give me 1 second, along. But that couldn't be right, because it was sunny outside, and it's too warm for snow now.
And then we guessed that all the boys and girls were playing hide and seek.
So we covered our eyes and counted all the way up to 100.
And then we looked on the playground for them.
And the soccer field.
And we even went all the way down to the camp.
But nobody was here. And the buildings were all locked up. I couldn't even sneak in and get into the lockers for some extra snacks. I have this potato.
Every morning we wait by the driveway to see if the boys and girls will come back to school.
But nobody ever shows up.
So, Mrs. Roberts, we think we have finally figured it out. Grumbles and I think that all the boys and girls are hibernating. Is that right?
Well, Gus and Grumbles, the boys and girls are all at their houses right now, but they're not hibernating. The boys and girls are doing their schoolwork at home for a while.
But why would they do that? They have a school building and a chapel and a lunchroom stocked with yummy goodies and a playground right here at Redeemer. Why can't they come to school?
Oh, Gus and Grumbles, they can't come to school right now because there's a virus going around. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called the coronavirus. And by staying home, the boys and girls are stopping the spread of that virus from person to person.
So, do they have to stay inside their houses all the time?
Well, they don't have to stay inside all the time, Gus. They can go outside if they want to play in their yard, or they can take a walk with their family. But right now, they cannot play with their friends.
I don't think this is fair, Mrs. Roberts. Why should they have to stay home when they are not sick just so they won't spread germs around?
Oh, I understand why you're saying that, Grumbles. It doesn't seem like it's fair. But the boys and girls, because they're staying home, they're doing something very important that Jesus told them to do.
What is that?
Well, in the Bible, Jesus says that the greatest commandment is, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind and all your strength. And the second greatest commandment is, love your neighbor as yourself. By staying at home right now, the boys and girls are loving their neighbors as themselves.
But some of the boys and girls live out in the country, and they don't have any neighbors living next door to them. How are they loving their neighbors by staying at home?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that question, Grumbles. Do you know what? Our catechism book talks about that very thing. If you turn in the book way back to question 81 and you read the question, it says, who is your neighbor? And the answer's, oh, I won't tell you the answer yet. Let me see if you can tell me, who is your neighbor?
Easy. That's an easy question, Mrs. Roberts. Grumbles is my neighbor, and the birds and the bunnies.
Yeah. And Gus is my neighbor, even though he's a little chatty. But don't forget the goldfish and the frogs in the pond.
Well, you know what the catechism says? The catechism says, everybody is my neighbor.
Everyone?
Everyone. By staying home right now, the boys and girls are helping to stop the spread of the coronavirus from person to person so their neighbors don't get sick. They are doing something very hard right now to show that they love their neighbor as they love themselves.
That makes me really proud of the boys and girls.
Yeah, me too. But I sure do wish we could have chapel again. I sure miss that handsome Pastor Estrada.
Well, you know what? Every Friday, Pastor Estrada is putting a video of the chapel service on the computer. You could use your new computers, and every Friday you could turn them on and you could watch Pastor Estrada and you could do the chapel service on your computers.
Well, if we watch it, will we get to see the boys and girls too?
Well, Gus, you can't see the boys and girls, but they will be watching from their homes. They'll be watching right along with you.
Well, I guess that's the next best thing. Goodbye, Mrs. Roberts.
Oh, goodbye, Gus. Goodbye, Grumbles. It was great to see you today. Thanks for getting on your new computers and meeting with me on Teams. Let's do it again very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.